Hey, welcome to this lesson video for interest. This is our real-world application for our logarithmic and exponential equations. So there are a couple types of interest that we're going to talk about, and we're going to connect it to Excel. So this is going to be quite a few parts. But here's just kind of the goal. We're going to look at questions about home mortgages and car loans and investing for retirement, and just some different cool things that you could really apply to your real life, when you get out of high school. So let's just start with some basics, though. The most simple type of interest is called simple interest, and let's just get some verbiage out of the way. We hear the word interest in car commercials and everything. What does interest really mean? When you have to borrow money from a bank because you don't have enough to buy something, the bank charges you a fee to use their money, and that fee is what we call interest. Okay, so it's the amount of money we're charged to borrow money from the bank. Now, there are three things that play a part in how much interest we pay: the amount we borrow, the interest rate the bank charges us, and the length of time it takes us to pay back that loan. So all of these things in formulas that we're going to use to calculate interest and total amounts are going to talk about those three things. The amount borrowed is our principal. The percentage rate of the principal, the interest rate, is the annual percentage, usually given to us as a percent. The term is the length of time that we borrow money, so term or time. When we want to just find how much interest we're paying when we're in a simple interest situation, this equation right here, principal times the rate times the time, will tell us how much we're going to be charged in interest. Okay. So if I borrow $1,000 for 5 years at an interest rate of 10%, the amount of interest will be $1,000 is the amount of my loan, so that's my principal. 5 years is the term or the time, so that's my T. My interest rate, which is R. But we have to convert our interest rates from percents to decimals, so it's really going to be 0.10. I'm going to plug in as my rate, or just 0.1. So the formula was P times R times T. So 1,000, my principal, times my rate, 0.1, times my time, 5. What I get when I multiply, $500 is how much interest I'm going to be charged to borrow $1,000 when I have that rate of 10% for 5 years. Okay? Thus, the total amount that I pay for whatever I'm borrowing the money for, I'm really paying more than $1,000. I'm paying $1,000 plus $500, the fee to borrow that money. So I'm really paying $1,500 for whatever it is I'm splurging on. Okay, so interest can accumulate really quickly and make you pay more than you sometimes really want to. Okay. Now I think I wrote over, but I have something. Let's see. Yeah. Now if I would have, another way to calculate this total amount, instead of having to find the interest and then add it to the principal, we do have an equation that just kind of does it for us in one foul swoop. And that's that guy right there. So let's do another one. Oh, not another one yet. Hang on. The example I just did was talking about borrowing money, but this same equation works in the opposite direction. What if you are letting someone else borrow your money to invest it? You are then earning the interest. Okay, so someone is paying you, so you're making money instead of paying more. Okay, so let's look at this investment question. If you put $5,000 in a savings account that pays 2% annual interest, the amount of money you will have at the end of the year, meaning 1 year, so that's my time, will be what? The amount of money that I'll have. So I'm going to use this formula that gives me the total amount. 1 plus r times t. Okay, so my principal will be 5,000. My rate, make sure that I convert it to 0.02. And my time, since it's at the end of a year, is just 1. Okay, so what does A equal? A is going to equal, come on, write for me, $5,100 if you calculate that. Okay. So we would have earned $100 in interest. Okay, here's another one. Using the same account information as example 2, figure out how long it would take you to have $7,250 in a savings account. Okay, so in the last problem, my principal was 5,000, and my rate was, I'll go ahead and write it converted, 0.02, and my time was 5 years. Okay, but now it says, how long will it take me to have that much? So now time is what I'm solving for. So let me put a question mark there. And this time, I already know what A is. I know the total amount is $7,250. That's what I'm looking for, $7,250. So I'm going to actually put that in place of A equals, I guess I should write what the original formula was for you, so you know what I'm referring to. 1 plus RT. Okay, so I'm just plugging into that formula. A times my principal, 1 plus my rate, 0.02, times my T, not sure yet. So what's this going to equal? Well, I'm kind of stuck. I'm in a pickle. In the parentheses, all I can really do is rewrite this as 1 plus 0.02. I can't add 1 and 0.02 because 0.02 has a t attached to it. Doggone it. So there's a couple of ways you could get started, but to try to form good habits for the future, here's my suggestion. To get rid of that 5,000, let's divide. Okay, and I think I remember the decimal, but let me check. 7250 divided by 5,000. I get a decimal of 1.45 when I do that division, equals 1 plus 0.02t. Now, in all honesty, I really don't need the parentheses anymore, so I could just get rid of them. Okay, and I want to think about how can I get t by itself? Well, I would subtract 1 first if it were me. And so then I'd be left with 0.45 equals 0.02t. And then the last step to get rid of that 0.02t, well, just simply divide 0.02. Okay, so t is going to equal that division, 0.45 divided by 0.02 is 22.5. So it's going to take me 22 and a half years to get $7,250 in my account. Yikes, that seems like a long time. Okay, one more. Now suppose you want to know what the interest rate would be in order to get $7,250 in your account in 15 years. So this time I know the A, I know the principal. This time I don't know the rate, but I do know that the time is 15. I want to get that much money in my account after 15 years. So kind of the same thing. Kind of stuck in a pickle in the parentheses. All I can do is rewrite it as 1 plus 15r. Ooh, that's a lot of change. Not really. So again, like the last one, to form good habits, I'm going to have you divide first. Okay, so 725 divided by 5,000, we already did that. We got 1.45. 1.45 equals, I'm going to get rid of the parentheses, 1 plus 15r. That's all that's left. And that's a bad 15. Let me fix it. Okie dokie. To get 15R by itself, I'm going to subtract 1. So I have 0.45 equals 15R. So to get R alone, divide by that 15. And R is going to equal, let's see, 0.045. Nope, sorry, 0.45 divided by 15. Ooh, I get a decimal, 0.03. Now remember, our rates we convert. So I need to convert this back to a percent. So that would just mean, it would just simply be 3% would be my interest rate. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for this video. This was just simple interest. So you may also wish to view the next video in the sequence, compound interest. But keep learning and have fun, and I'll see you next time, guys.